Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2024 Honda Ridgeline. The Honda Ridgeline yet again got a significant refresh for the 2024 model year and includes some welcome changes on the exterior as well as the interior. One of the many changes that we'll take a look at here visually is the introduction of the new TrailSport trim that originally made its debut in the Pilot when it was redesigned for 2023. But overall, it's a pretty well-packaged vehicle and it does look pretty nice. With that being said, a huge thank you to Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see on the key, it is your traditional Honda key fob, and it does feel pretty nice. You have your lock, unlock, remote start, and your panic button. To remote start the vehicle, is make sure the vehicle is locked, and push down and hold the remote start button. And as you can see, the vehicle does start up. And when you're done, just go ahead and hold the remote start button again, and it'll shut off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you're going to have a blacked out grille, specifically because we are looking at the TrailSport trim level. You're going to have your Honda badge right there front and center, and of course you do have your front radar cruise control, and this is also going to help you to not get yourself involved in a front end collision. You also have your TrailSport badge right here, and when we pan out a little bit, the vehicle does look a little bit aggressive on the front. You do also have this little hood protector here, which I do like. You also have front parking sensors as well on this vehicle. You do have LED daytime running lights with LED headlamps, as well as fog lamps right down there below. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we are taking a look at a set of General Grabber tires on 18-inch wheels. These measure 245 60 R18s all the way around. Come over to the door. This vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. Having the key fob in your pocket and come to the door handle, just put your hand in here and the vehicle will indicate unlocking, allowing you to jump on inside. And when you're done, just tap the button here and one beep will indicate that the vehicle is locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in platinum white pearl with the ebony leather interior as well as orange stitching and piping pertaining to the TrailSport trim level. Come over to the door. As you can see, you're going to have some hard touch plastic material on top. However, you do have some softer material down here. You have this orange stitching coming across, which is very nice. You're going to have your door handle here, two-person memory seating, a button here to open up your gas tank, a small cup holder. You're going to have a small little cubby hole here. You're going to have a good storage pocket down here. You're going to have your child window lock here, your lock and unlock switches here, as well as your power windows. Along with that smart key access system, the Honda Ridgeline does come standard with push button ignition. All you have to do is just simply keep the key fob in your pocket or in the vehicle itself, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button to start. Very nice. The Honda Ridgeline does come standard with a fully leather wrapped ride companion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. You also have paddle shifters on the left as well as on the right side also. You're going to have your seat track here, followed by your volume controls. You're going to have your home button here as well as your hands-free voice for your telephone. Over here, you're going to have your cruise control settings. You're going to have your heated steering wheel. You're going to also have your forward collision warning and lane departure warning buttons in their respective places. One of the many changes for the Ridgeline for 2024 is the introduction of a fully digital instrument cluster, and as you can see, this plan here does look really nice. You're going to have your tachometer on your left, you're going to have your speedometer on the right, and right in the middle is your driver information center, which includes your current speed, your current drive mode, your exterior temperature, this vehicle's odometer reading, gear selector, as well as your fuel range, and of course, this one here is low on fuel, but thankfully we will not be driving it for this review. But with that being said, we can cycle through a couple of different buttons as we go through right here on the steering wheel. That corresponds with the screen up here in the middle. And as you can see here, it's going to give you your range. As you can see, we are currently at 0 miles, average fuel economy, as well as your trip A and trip B miles as far as information is concerned. volume for your audio. Pretty cool. So you're going to have your range and fuel there, speed and time, audio, phone, navigation, all-wheel drive torque distribution, maintenance, tire pressure, a blank screen, brightness, gauge display settings, any warnings, and back to your range and fuel. Now coming over here to the right, we're taking a look at a 9-inch infotainment system, which was also introduced for the 2024 model year. This is one of the big changes as well for this vehicle, and it's pretty much the same thing that we see in the Honda Civic. As you can tell here, it does look really nice, and I like the presentation of it. We're going to go ahead and turn on the audio here. We're going to go back to your audio source. We're going to go to FM, and we'll talk about the radio and all that in just a moment. So we turn that down, way too loud. But anyways, this is what your home page is going to look like, as you can see here, and it does look really, really cool. You have all your different apps here on this side, as well as this, So starting things off here, we're taking a look at all apps: navigation, phone, FM radio, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio, general settings, vehicle settings, trip computer, USB, AM radio, system updates, your clock, Honda Link, as well as smart shortcuts and your display mode. So starting things off here on this display, we're going to start things off with navigation. As you can see, we are taking a look here in just a moment here at your navigation system. And as you can see, it's the updated version that we're seeing in a lot of Honda products, and it does look pretty nice in here. As you can see, you're going to have your search destinations here, you zoom in and zoom out functions, compass here, and of course, you're going to have your navigation button down here if you want to go from down here instead of on the main screen. But overall, the quality and the details look pretty good for this vehicle. Let's now move on to phone. You can add a phone to the vehicle via the Bluetooth feature. You're going to have FM radio, which, as you can see, which is what's playing right now. It's going to show not just the station that's playing, but you also have your different presets here. You have Seek, Track, Tune, Scan, as well as Station List. You also have HD radio channels as well if you want to go through and do that. You also have settings, as you can see up here, as well as sound. Coming down here, you do have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have to have your Bluetooth connected to the vehicle via either your iPhone or your Android device in order to access that. You have Sirius XM radio. As you can see here, it's pretty much going to give you kind of the same setup here, except you're going to have your channel right here, which you can kind of go through the different channels. You're going to have your Seek, Track. You can pause and play the song, channel list, and more. And of course, you do have your radio ID there just in case if you end up buying this particular vehicle. Bluetooth audio is going to be to your Bluetooth device. Coming over here, we're going to go through a couple different things here on this side here, which includes your general settings. This is going to be where you can enable, disable, and kind of see what settings come with the vehicle standard. So not options, but pretty much system settings and stuff of that nature. So you're going to have not just your system settings, but you have smartphone connection, connections, display, sound, camera, as well as your voice control. Let's say we want to go to our sound controls. You're going to adjust the bass and treble, the balance and fader, as well as the speed, volume, compensation. Let's say we want to go to our display. You can adjust the brightness, as well as the contrast and the black level, as well as your camera. You can adjust the rear camera, as you can see, which if we go to that, you can turn on and off the fixed guidelines and turn on or off the dynamic guidelines. Coming down here to your cross-traffic monitor, it says show arrows on the rear camera image to indicate vehicles approaching from the sides. You can turn that feature on or off. Coming down here to your system settings, so you're going to have your date and time, language, touch panel sensitivity, system volumes, data shared setting, refuel recommendations, about, as well as the factory data reset, as well as detailed information. And that's pretty much the general idea of how that works in the general settings portion. Vehicle settings is going to be pertaining to what comes with the vehicle. So you have your driver assist system setup, meter setup, driving position setup, kiosk access setup, lighting setup, door window setup, as well as maintenance information. So if you have bought a new Acura or a new Honda, This is a much detailed system as far as vehicle settings, and you can go through any one of these categories. It's like what you're going to find in your owner's manual, except it's integrated into the vehicle. So let's say you want to go through our driver assist system setup. You can adjust a couple of these things here, which includes your forward collision warning distance, adaptive cruise control for vehicle detection beep, road departure mitigation, lane keeping assist, blind spot information. Let's say we want to adjust our lighting setup, which includes your interior light dimming time, headlight auto off, auto light sensitivity, as well as auto headlight on with wiper on. Again, you can make those adjustments via your own. Let's say we want to go to our driving position setup. That specifically is going to deal with your memory seats as well as the steering wheel. And you also can do the seat position movement at entry exit. So what that basically means is that whenever you get out of the vehicle will retract, or in this case the seats will retract back to where the original position was before you made that setting for driver 1 or driver 2. Coming over here, maintenance information is going to deal with specifically your oil and filter as well as your oil life, as you can see. Moving on, you have your trip computer here. You're going to have your current drive. Trip A information is going to show what the distance is as well as your average fuel economy. And trip B is going to show the same thing as well. USB is going to allow you to connect your USB into the vehicle. AM radio is going to give you the same thing as what we saw with FM and Sirius XM radio. You have system updates here, which of course was going to give you updates over time. It says network connection unavailable. Please change network connection to proceed. So that's stuff that you're going to have to deal with yourself. Basically, if you have your phone connected and you have the app, I believe, the Honda Link app, you should be able to kind of go through that setup process. You have your clock here, which you can also adjust as well, or in this case, you can do that up here, and then you get an analog clock integrated into the screen, which is pretty nice. And then Honda Link is going to be specifically dealing with your phone app, your mobile phone app that you get from Honda. And then you have smart shortcuts, which is going to allow you to learn certain movements. The vehicle's going to allow you to learn certain movements or certain ways that you have the vehicle set up, what it is that you'll be using on a daily basis. It's pretty cool to see. And then display mode, you can adjust the brightness to where you want it, if you want it dim, or if you want it to be completely bright like that. So overall, very well detailed as far as the system is concerned. And as you can see here, I like the setup here in the Ridgeline. But coming down below that, you're going to have your different submenus of the same thing. So if you don't want to click navigation here, you can click navigation there. Same thing can be said for phone, same thing can be said for FM radio, and all that stuff as well. So with that said, guys, that concludes the infotainment system tour in the 2024 Honda Ridgeline. Coming down below that, you're going to have your hazard light followed by your passenger airbag light. You have your dual zone climate controls in this one, as you can see. You have your climate control settings down here, your different positions, fan speed, AC, recycling, adjust the temperatures here as well. You can turn the fan system on or off right here, auto AC. You can turn the rear AC on or off in the vehicle in the front, and you can also adjust those settings in the front as well, as you can see. You also have your front and rear defrost in their respective places. You do have 3-stage heated seats for the front and front passenger. You do have a little storage area down here. Coming down below, you do have a wireless charging pad. You have 2 USB ports, a USB-C and a USB-C and a USB, and then you have a power outlet right there. You have 2 cup holders, and of course you do have Honda's 10-speed automatic transmission. When you put the vehicle to reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also get kind of this view right here, and you get a top-down view as well. So it's kind of a more of a zoomed in view, which is what this is. You do also have your auto stop start function, and I believe this here is going to be for your different drive modes, which, as you can see, you have normal, snow, mud, and sand. Come over here to the glove compartment. Plenty of storage space, as you can see on the inside. And you have a little storage cubby to the left, as you can see there. I do like the orange stitching on the sides here, signifying that, again, you do have that TrailSport trim level, and as you can see, I do like the genuine leather. The seats in here are probably one of my favorite aspects about the Ridgeline in general. It does look really, really good. And this one being the TrailSport trim level, you do get the TrailSport spelled out across the headrest. You get the orange stitching around it as well. Adds a bit of a nice touch. And as you can see, the stitching and piping does continue all the way down the seat as well. Again, does make it a very nice seat to spend time in, and of course you do have some decent side bolsters here, but overall the general presentation of the seat looks really impressive. And once more, again, it's just a really nice touch to see. Come over here, you do have your glove box, plenty of storage space inside. You do have your mirror right here. You do have controls here for your sunroof, which as you can see here. You also have controls for your overhead lights, sunglass holder. You have a visor here with a mirror as well as a light. And come over here, you're going to have your adjustments here for your power mirrors, your eco button, and then you have some safety features that include your parking sensors, lane departure warning, traction control you can turn on or off, your foreclosure warning you can turn on or off, your bed light, as well as your wipers, or a setting for the wipers actually. And so with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2024 Honda Ridgeline TrailSport. Coming into the back, materials do follow through in here, as you can see, which is very nice. You do have two seat pockets, one on this side and one on that side. You're going to have your rear vents right here, followed by a 180-watt outlet, as well as two armrests, or you do have a powered armrest here with two cup holders. And you also have cup holders in the door. You have one on this door panel, and you have one right here in this door panel too. Fuel tank. Coming to the back, this vehicle does have LED taillights, as you can see. Ridgeline is going to be spelled out across. You have your Honda emblem right there, which is very cool, as well as TrailSport. You also have rear parking sensors and your dual exhaust tips, followed by a tow hitch. Coming inside of the bed, as you can see, you have a spray-on bed liner from Honda. It does look really nice. You do have your LED cab lighting, one light there and one light there. And overall, it's just a traditional bed, which is very, very nice to see. Nothing too special about it other than you do have that spray-on bed liner. Black piano mirrors here with LED turn signals on them. Go ahead and open up the hood for you guys. Under the hood of the Honda Ridgeline, we are taking a look at Honda's 3.5-liter dual-overhead cab 24-valve V6. It produces around 285 horsepower and around 262 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be mated to that 10-speed automatic transmission, and this vehicle can be had in either two-wheel drive or, in this case, four-wheel drive. Alright guys, so sitting back in the Honda Ridgeline, I like reviewing these trucks because they're sort of expensive, but they're also pretty affordable if you're not looking at the big three, you know, GM, Ford, and Stellantis. But it's also a great alternative option. You don't have to pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for those trucks, you know, that are from the big three. This one here, I believe, brand new stickers for around $46,000, $47,000, which is a good amount of money when you think about it. But at the end of the day, You know, these trucks are capable of going off-roading. These trucks are capable of doing what they need to do. And overall, it's just a really well thought out vehicle. And as you can see, this one having the TrailSport trim, I think it's going to really is really going to resonate with a lot of potential buyers. Now, if you're interested in this vehicle, please make Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi know that you saw this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the 2024 rather, Honda Ridgeline TrailSport. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.